Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Blast. Delighted to be joined by Savannah Marshall. Savannah, thanks for giving me some of your time. How are we?
I'm good, I'm really good. It's red hot in here. Got a bleb on.
See, another chance for yourself to become Undisputed champion this weekend. Are you kind of pleased that perhaps there will be a little less of the other crap around this fight week? I know it's always about the in-ring stuff, especially with you, but you know what it was like around the Claressa fight week. There's a lot of the other stuff. There might be a bit this week, but are you kind of pleased there's a little bit less of that?
I think for the last fight week, because it was the first all-female card, and obviously when she were able to went, me and Chris were headlining the O2, so there was an issue around ticket sales where they didn't know if it was going to sell or not, so that was pushed a lot more. The build-up was pushed a lot more. We had a press conference a couple of months out, and then there was press for weeks and weeks surrounding that fight, where this hasn't been as intense as that one was. But yeah, Franchen's another brash American. She's very confident, so I wouldn't be surprised if some are quite similar.
Because obviously, I feel like the Yanks kind of all have that in them, I guess. For those who had seen the gloves off, it was really good. Was that enjoyable to film?
No, it was a bit 1 minute, I don't know, I felt like 1 minute there was laughter, hysterical laughing fits. The next minute there was tears. It was like...
And then there was a song in the middle of it all as well.
Then there was, ballads.
Obviously we know that it's going to be a tough fight too, and a completely different fight, especially from what I've been seeing you kind of say to other outlets, compared to the Claressa fight. You're expecting this to be kind of a dig the hills in, rough, tough, and perhaps a bit of a dirty fight between you and her?
Yeah, Franchen's very strong. She's the undisputed champion at super middle, so she's got to be strong. She's very physical, very rough, and a lot of her fights have come from bullying the opponent. So I expect that's what she's going to do here. I don't believe she'll try and outbox me. I think she'll just try and come and try and maul me.
I mean, if you look at her record as a pro, I know there's not the biggest kind of pool of talent outside of the top girls, but if you kind of look at her record, do you think she has perhaps the CV to kind of back it up like Claressa did, in a sense, if you're to look down her 9 professional fights?
Well, she's boxed everyone put in front. Well, she's beat everyone bar Claressa put in front of her, and I've just said in an interview there that the talent, the level of opposition at the higher weights isn't as strong as what it is at lightweight, super light. So, there isn't a lot of opposition there.
I'm gonna have to keep mentioning her. Actually, I'll ask before I mention her again. Were you kind of going into this week thinking, I know what I'm going to get asked? The media have to, obviously, we have to do a job. Was you kind of going in thinking, I know the name Claressa Shields is going to pop up and up this week?
Yeah, but I didn't think it'd be as much as this. Every interview was just close, and I get it because it's a massive fight. Even though I got beat, it is still a massive fight. So, and it's the only real fight out there at these higher weights. Obviously, Franchen's there. I'm not overlooking Franchen, so it's all part and parcel of it for me. I've had it my whole pro career.
Did you expect her to kind of jump on with the siding completely with Franchen? Because I saw you say this as well. She kind of seems to side with your opponent.
All the Americans do. All the Americans are gunning for me.
You said something over the last decade that we've all missed, where you've just completely slated America.
It's in the quietness. I don't like it.
But obviously, we know that's going to be that fight to deal with first. Is it different going in as a slight favourite because you and Claressa was a complete 50-50 throw-up? Do you is it something that affects you, something you even think about kind of going in as a favourite in this fight?
No, not really. I don't see why they would see me as a favourite. She's the champion, she's the undisputed champion. I'm coming off a loss, so I couldn't, and I'm not a betting woman anyway. I don't get the odds. I don't know what 9-4 or anything like that means, so it doesn't matter to me.
Just one final one from me. How does this fight end?
Savannah Marshall is the new undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking shut up.